All right, let's talk about enthusiasm at work. Most of us think of it as this feeling, right? Some days you wake up and you've got it, and other days not so much. But what if that's all wrong? What if enthusiasm isn't a mood at all, but a skill, something you can actually practice and get better at? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
So, let me ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself here. Is your work a passion, something that actually lights you up, or has it just become a routine? The thing you just do every day? Think about it for a sec, because where you land on that question, well, that's our starting point.
This whole idea really comes to life with that classic story of the 2 bricklayers. You ask the first guy what he's doing, and he says, "I'm laying bricks." It's a task, it's repetitive, and you can imagine it gets pretty draining. But then you ask the second guy doing the exact same thing, and he looks up and says, "I'm building a cathedral." See the difference? One is a routine, the other is a purpose. That's the whole game.
And that difference creates what we can call the enthusiasm gap. It's that feeling when your work just becomes a series of tasks, a chore. It's when you're so focused on laying the individual bricks that you completely forget you're part of building a cathedral.
So what are we really talking about when we say enthusiasm? Look, it's not about being happy-go-lucky all the time. It's the fuel. It's that deep-down energy that pushes you forward when things get tough, when obstacles seem huge, and when you're just plain tired. Without that fuel, you're not going anywhere.
Okay, so if enthusiasm is fuel, how do we get more of it? Well, you can't just buy it at a gas station. You have to build it. And it all starts from the inside out. It starts with your mindset.
And that inner foundation really rests on 2 main pillars. First, you've got to get the big picture. The why. What's the cathedral you're building? And second, you have to master the details. The how. You have to get really, really good at laying your bricks. When you know your purpose and you have the skills to back it up, confidence just naturally starts to build. So, how do you do this in a practical way? Try this simple ritual every morning. I know. It might feel a little weird at first, but just try it. 3 simple statements to yourself. Over time, you're not just saying words. You're actually programming your mind and your energy for the day ahead. You're speaking your reality into existence.
And hey, this isn't some new age trick. Benjamin Franklin nailed it centuries ago. Success is about committing and persisting. That morning ritual, that's your daily commitment. Sticking with it, that's the persistence that builds real momentum. So, once you've got that inner foundation solid, it's time to build a structure on top of it. This is where we take that powerful mindset and turn it into actual, tangible actions.
And this action framework has 3 parts. First, you need clear goals. Second, you got to find a purpose in helping others. And third, and this one is so important, you have to consciously choose who you surround yourself with. Let's look at each one.
Okay, goals. Without them, you're just busy. You're drifting. But when you have a clear goal, suddenly everything has a point. An ordinary day isn't just an ordinary day anymore. It's another step on your path to something you decided was important, something extraordinary.
Next up, purpose. Look, if you're just working for yourself or a paycheck, your enthusiasm's going to have a shelf life. It just will. But when you can really see how your work makes a difference for someone else, a customer, a coworker, anyone, everything changes. Your tasks stop being just tasks. They become part of your legacy.
And finally, your circle. Man, this one is a game changer. Energy is absolutely contagious. Think about it. If you hang around cynical, negative people, it's going to drag you down. It's inevitable. But if you make a point to be around people who are positive, driven, and passionate, that fire is going to catch. Guarantee.
All right, so we've got the inner mindset and the outer actions. But there's one last piece of the puzzle. It's a principle that kind of ties everything together. And honestly, it might be the simplest yet most powerful rule of them all.
Because, let's be real, this is the big question, isn't it? This all sounds great in theory, but what about that rainy Monday morning when you're just not feeling it? When you've got zero motivation? What do you do then?
Well, the brilliant psychologist William James gave us the answer. He said, if you want a quality, act as if you already have it. It's so simple, but so profound. Don't wait to feel enthusiastic to take action. Act enthusiastic and the feeling will follow.
It's a wild bit of psychology, but it's true. Your body can literally lead your mind. When you choose to move with purpose, to speak with energy, to smile, you're sending powerful signals back to your brain. You're telling it how to feel. And if you do it enough, what starts as an act becomes a habit. And that habit becomes who you are. Passion becomes your default setting.
So let's pull all this together. let's build the final blueprint. The whole point here is that you don't have to wait around for inspiration to strike. You can build it yourself. You can choose it.
And here it is, your 6-point plan. 1. Learn your craft, know your stuff inside and out. 2. Set goals that actually excite you. 3. Start your day with that morning ritual. 4. Find a way to serve others. 5. Choose your influences wisely. And 6. Act with the passion you want to feel.
And that's the bottom line. If you take away just one thing today, let it be this. Enthusiasm is not some magical gift that some people get and others don't. It's a choice. It's a discipline. And it's a choice you get to make every single day.
So, the only real question left is, what are you going to choose? What will you do today, right now, to start building your cathedral?